welcome
3
to
minutes.
AlbionTV. It is Sunday night, and that means it must be a level 8 Crystal League match. We got a bunch of matches. They're all happening simultaneously, so we're going to show you one live match, and then immediately show you the other matches straight after. With Bogul has finally fixed it. Let me see some Cargera emotes in chat, because the big man is on the field tonight. Don't you worry about that. It's all good out here. What we were saying then, Shozen, you ready for some level 8s?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now that we got things finally working and ready to go. We're a little
Who
bit
we
behind.
watching?
Well, that's the thing. Who do you want to watch? Let's go through it. We have the Bogul team. We have the Noob Slayer team.
I think chat should spam the emote. I think chat should spam the
Cargera?
emote of the player they want to watch.
Are we gonna
spam
just
the
watch
emote
Cargera?
of the player you want to watch, guys? If you know, every well-known GVG has their own emote, I believe. So hopefully we can find out who we're gonna see. No, I mean, it's up to you. Is Geminex playing tonight? Because I do love a Geminex match. I
don't know if he is. We don't have him signed up yet.
He is not online. Okay.
We might have an.
There is a Logic emote as well. There we go. Spam the Logic emote if you want Logic as well. He has his own emote. That's good.
Logic just signed up.
We'd like to see. We should be some banging matchups. Does anyone besides Tazik have the emote? Not the one. All right. Let's we haven't got time for a poll here. Oddchi's on the field. Yeah, we got Oddchi's team, Cargera's team, Neon's team, Logic's team, Rafikon, I assume, is out there somewhere. The Rafikon team is over in Thetford, I believe. Oh, hang on. No, wait. Rafikon's not in a group.
Yeah,
Rafikon's not in level 8s. Wow. What about the Dr. Mac team? Is that those guys? No. Morgana's Rest. No, the Dr. Mac team is not here either for the level 8s.
Well, like I said, we have the Bogul team, the Noob Slayer team, Cargera's team, the Neon Crambit team,
Baby here we go with the matchup. We're going to see all the matches. So let's start with your man Cargera.
We're going to try to get as many as we can here.
We'll start with Cargera, and then we'll see who else is going to be going. These guys have just zoned in. I got kicked off, though, unfortunately. So the lineup that's been together for 2 seasons, Shozen, plus. Do you know what I mean? This is one of the most stable lineups out there. They're going to be going against Neon, and this is the matchup I've been dying to see.
I have to grab
Shozen. You know, the Hannibal team.
Yeah, I know.
They've been explosive, and I've been dying for these two to face off.
They had a rough day yesterday.
They had a very rough day yesterday, and running straight into this team. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. They've got RPG on his halberd. We know how aggressive he can be, but we'll see how they hold up in this matchup. The bows, by the way, do phenomenal damage at level 8. The IP scaling on the bow is outrageous, as you can see from the shred onto Cargera. Boda early with the energy as Neon and RPG look to put forward. Energy drain comes out from RPG as well. Magic shocks up front, so we've got the return of that mid-range arcane on Carvinum with the Royal Jacket. Offensive duty, but only Cargera in it. His boys are going to have to push forward onto this choke. Carvinum spamming onto Matthew with those shocks, interrupting so much. Boda takes a lot of damage in return, though. Fatnex and Liet trying to get some damage off onto Cargera. Cargera just really harassing Matthew in between those shocks. Shekri trying to keep his boys stabilized, but now the Hannibal Surge comes. RPG with the 2-man route. Drain comes down. Shekri goes in for the knock-up. Rotten Ground comes down from Neon as he tries to negate some of that healing. Good stun from Neon, but a very quick cleanse from Grafis. And now, once again, Hannibal's going back and forth. Carvinen pretty low, but RPG's got nobody else connecting. He comes back with the shield boost. The Raven's going to go through defensive duty. Great duty there from Neon. And Cargera's in big trouble here. The Purity, he's getting healed from the wall. He puts his duty down just on the corner. And Shekri's able to get those heals over the wall. That was a nice link up between the healer and the tank there. Karg was in big trouble. 3-man purge comes down from the arcane. Boda's running low, but Fatnex has only got a couple of hits left in him. Shield goes up. He's stuck in those mystic rocks. Machu silenced again. Machu and Fatnex on Cargera. He's got them both. Neon comes back for the peel. The Raven out front. They're trading. They're looking for Liet. Liet rolls the orb as well. Now, Boda could get traded on. RPG, there goes the reset. Boda in the middle of them with this axe, and RPG forced out of the backline means he's not getting the value he needs from his axe. Matthew gets interrupted, and now it's big trouble for the Hannibal boys. They're back to second choke, but they're still standing. They're still fighting. Matthew with another god tier reset, and every single one of them gets out of there alive, but they are going to lose the cap fight here.
Wow, that was an exciting first engagement there. That was crazy for the first, what, almost 2 minutes of the match?
Yeah, that was a very back and forth fight, and there was some big moments in that. Matthew hit some fat resets, and Shekri and Kargera with that over-the-wall play saved the fight. Karg was down. 100% there, Karg goes down if they didn't put that Judy heal combo, and now it's onto the choke again. Area of Decay. Fatnek's actually running super low on energy. Karg getting slammed by this bow, and he's no purge available, honestly, for this bow. The bows are getting insane value right now.
Well, if you leave them alone, they're going to do great. You got to get on top of them and shut them down.
Great orb from Carve. Cancels the Purity, cancels the bow as well. Down comes the offensive Judy. Grafis goes back. He's poisoned. Shekri's going to need to switch targets. A lot of pressure out front. Matthew's stuck in those Mystic Rocks, though. Neon's retreating, but he's retreating into the Mystic Rocks. All four of them are stacked, but Boda wasn't in there. If Boda was up front, they could have done a lot of damage. They will get out once again, but Grafis is free fire in the back right now. Liet is getting controlled a little bit by this mid-range arcane, but now Sun stacking on the choke. RPG comes in, hits a monster of a root. Boda forced to roll back. Carvin and knocked up. Mid-range arcane, moderately tanky, but still easy to bring down if they can focus fire him. Down goes the energy drain. Massive stun onto the back line. And now Kargera and the Sun team, they are in big trouble. Boda's dropping low. The rotten ground comes down, and he is going to drop. Is there a trade on the board? Grafis is looking for it, but the mage robe of Fatnex is going to completely shut down the bow. He's going to have to roll out. Kargera's playing to the edge right now. I think he's going to drop if they could just catch him.
He's in trouble here if they can get any kind of catch. Where's Neon's catch?
Don't know what he's going to do to peel for his team here. It's a good stun on the choke. No cleanse available. They're going to need a reset. They're going to need a Judy. I think Grafis might go down. No, but Boda's back in the fight. It was 4 versus 4 because Hannibal went for the cap.
And
now they have the 2-cap advantage.
That is the right play. Getting the caps right now against a team that securing kills against is so difficult. Hannibal had to fight for their lives there. They barely came out of that. When they got Bodaville low, that was the key to victory there. They made the smart play while they were getting good pressure down the back line, went for the caps, and now they can put pressure on Kargera. Can they get a stun in right now?
They're going to not stop the cap. They're not stopping the cap.
They really had the option
there.
That was so... It was so close.
And now Kargera, the rotten ground goes down. Both Judys are on top of each other right now. Kargera looking for something, but good stun from Neon. No cleanse available from Grafis. Ironbreaker comes down. Shekri stuck in the midst of it. RPG spinning blades going to connect. Shekri goes in with the reset. Pierce from Fatnex across the team. RPG is going to be forced out of this fight, though. And the Mystic Rocks, nice from Matthew. Knocks the rocks away from his team so that he can drop the reset. Amazing heals from Matthew this fight as well. He has been absolutely on point under a ton of pressure. Mortal Agony goes out onto Carvin, and Carvin looking to stabilize Liet in the corner. He's got no quiver. Here comes the explosive arrow. Still needs another proc of the quiver. RPG dropping low. Boda wants to finish it, but he knows he got punished last time for going too deep. Over the top, though, Kargera's greedy healing build. Just too much value out of that anti-heal, and Matthew has got his work cut out to stabilize. Liet's trying to bait some time here. Going toe-to-toe with Boda and just... He's going to take one for the team there.
Yeah, that was just giving those guys time. And this is where not getting that other cap really comes into play. Like, had they taken the 3-cap there, you know, they wouldn't be in such... Yeah, now they're in trouble. Like, yeah, this was so quick, and it's on rotation. There's no option to stop it. Just a few more seconds would have saved them 10 points to block that initial cap.
Kargera, really offensive early Mystic Rocks. He knows Liet's not there. The Raven comes out as well. And Hannibal just kind of bumbled into that choke. And they have been hugely punished for it here. They could be losing their healer in a 7-3 Halafall right now. Good Judy's, good defensive. They should all get out of here. Boda nearly ends up in the tent. But they find Fatnex, and they do find Matthew. RPG going for loot. They could have actually picked off... They could have picked off RPG going for the loot there.
They almost had a third, yeah. That is 2 bully engagements in a row right now by the Kargera team here. They just came in on that after losing point. They came in very swiftly, took control of the fight. As soon as they had the opponents in danger zone, they started making them pay. They pushed them out. On the return, they got that late kill on the bow, gave that 5-second, you know
what I just seen,
just a little bit more, you know?
Batnex has just gone off the curse onto that one-hand crossbow.
Okay.
We've got an explosive bow crossbow backline against a very, very greedy Cargera tank build. The only thing is Liet went from an 8-3 bow to an 8-1. A very big downgrade after a 1 death, honestly. And you can't help but think that, is that going to pay a factor? 200 IP is a lot. You know, there is obviously
RPG
the IP
guy
crush.
already in trouble here, Lewpac.
Mystic Rocks,
Are they going to be able to get it on top of him?
He got Mortal Agony there. He had to respect that Mortal Agony. Now he wants to go back in.
Still have him.
They didn't quite get the shield on RPG. He was a pixel out of the shield.
Oh, nice
and now
reset
Cargera's
by
looking to
Machu.
go deep. Machu with another massive reset. Gets interrupted by Karg. The orb comes in, and now they're going to need a reset of some sort. RPG, they can't push though. They're only half HP.
Really dangerous.
Rafis is free casting at the back, and if he has Mystic Rocks again, they're in trouble. But he can't use the rocks. Cargera's too low because of the bully from this crossbow. RPG's nearly going the orb. Oh, he silences all of them.
Oh no!
Are they going to get one here? They might pick off Machu. Machu goes for the leap and reset. Fatnex can get into the tent. Surely he can get into the tent. They use all of the defensives, but they lose so many points during this.
That was such great play to not lose a player, though. I mean, I want to praise them for great plays in just losing that engagement terribly. Like, other than that, like, wow, this is just bully after bully after bully by this Sun team.
That was better. The other 5 before that, they just kind of like walked into the choke and just
they
got
came in too early.
on.
When they were at half health there, Lewpac, they needed to get a better reset. They were too greedy. They saw a play available to them. But this is the best team in the game.
Yeah, you're right. They're playing how they would against a lot lower teams. Do you know what I mean? Like, get aggressive even with half health, keep the pressure up, don't let them stabilize. But this is a different match, isn't it? This is
the best team in the game.
This is not a team you get too rowdy against unless you're definitely on top. Carvinan, good combo there from Hannibal. Carvinan drops super low. The Mystic Rocks, he actually has to use it as a control. Can't even use it as an anti-heal there because he's trying to save his boy. But these three caps are weighing heavy on them, Shozen. There's now,
not much time left, Lewpac.
Yeah, they are down to 32 points, and even if they win this engage, they're probably going to lose a 3-tick anyway, which is going to put them in desperate times. If Machu goes down, the orb Cargera goes in, and this is going to be clean up, and this is going to be GG. A team that are looking for a tasty contract next season. You know, these guys are out of contract with Hannibal at the end of the season. They're looking for a tasty deal. They gave a good showing of themselves, but really the world champs just picked them apart in this one, Shozen, didn't they?
Well, Lewpac, this is 4 losses in a row for these guys that we've seen.
Yeah, but all the matches yesterday were close.
They've all been close, but they need to pick themselves up. Something needs to happen for this team. They're too good to have this kind of repetition. I mean, getting this one on your 4th, you know, this is really a rough one. And so close early on. They did an amazing job early. They won an engagement. They pushed them off, but they made a couple of key mistakes that going in at half health there with just a few more rotations left to go, Lewpac, I felt was the key to the game
I think you're right. Like, they didn't respect who they were playing. They got a little bit rowdy, and you know, it wasn't the most brutal match, 7-1 in kills, but when you think that it's 8-3 sets across the board, you know that that's a big deal. So that was pretty quick. I imagine our other matches are still going, but
mine just ended.
We're not going to jump to the other matches because we're going to get them in their entirety right after this. We're going to be loading up the other matches and seeing what's been going on. But what a concisive victory for the world champs there. Really, they shaky start with Boda going down and going on the back foot, but from then on they just looked in control, didn't they?
Absolutely, and they showed why they're the best team. This Neon Crambit team is really good. We've been watching them for a while, and like you said, they put on every match they had yesterday was close. They were very competitive in every one, and we expected them at times to win because we've been watching them now for a few weeks. And they just keep getting better and better. They are on a little bit of a downturn right now, just bad matchups. It happens, right? And now we're seeing them again, up against the very best team in the game. Great match.
A fantastic match. Don't get me wrong.
Competitive. And even in when we saw them retreating, we got to see their skill. Machu is incredible as a healer. Like,
mate, his resets,
like we saw them so many times, like they were dead. They were dead. But no, absolutely perfect, spot on play to hit as many as he could with the saves. I think there was one point where we saw the Guardian was a little off.
There was resets in there, Shozen, right? There was resets that he timed for the ending of Mystic Rocks, right? The Mystic Rocks gets dropped and the reset is instantaneous. It was beautiful to watch. And, you know, I feel for those guys because they've had a really unlucky couple of days. You said it yourself, Shozen. They need to keep their head up, right? They need to watch those replays and they need to come back strong over the next few weeks. There's still plenty of time. There's 50 days left in the season. You know, we know what these guys can do. And I really want to see these guys in the off-season tournament. But they've just got to iron out some of those kinks, don't they?
Yeah, that's what it takes. It takes they're really good at this. This is one of the things that I talked to them about in my recent interview with them is how they go over their VODs. And they don't let a loss like this really get them down. They look at what they did wrong. They prepare to fix that. They go through scrims. They scrim against some of the best teams in the game, and they know where they need to improve. And when they work on that, they feel good about it, acknowledging what they need to work on and moving on. And I think the more we watch these guys, the better they're going to get.
I think so impressive. Too, provided they can stay together, because one of the biggest things for teams in this game is staying together. Keeping a team together after a rough week is part of the battle in GVGs. Right. So what match are we going to be checking out next then, Shozen? Because I got some, I don't know what other matchups we even had. I was so focused on that. It was a brilliant match for sure. I'm sure we're going to see some absolute bangers, aren't we?
Yeah, I got the Logic one. I got it a little late. We only had 3 matches to choose from, and we had to bounce around to get them.
Okay.
So I ended up getting on. I first went to Baby Guega. I knew, that's somebody I wanted to watch, but Robin's got that one. So I went over to Logic because I saw some Logic spam in chat, and I was like, okay, we'll give Logic a shot. We did get him. I switched over to the tank, and if you give me a moment, I'll tell you where that is.
Should have it uploaded. Nice.
Yeah.
And now this is a big one, though. We saw the Cargera team repping Sun. The Logic team is with Mudhouse this season. And this is critical for Mudhouse. We're at a pivotal point for them, aren't we?
Absolutely. They need to do something very soon in order to pull this out, because Sun is just pulling away in the season points.
They need to rack up those points, especially on the GVG side of things. They need to keep their mage raid in, their castles. So a lot rests on the shoulders of this Logic team. There's 12,000 points up for grabs in 5v5 today, Shozen. So a lot is resting on this team, and we know how explosive they can be. They're playing that chill howl, and my goodness, they make it work. It is such a sleeper threat that people aren't ready for. The amount of teams I watch verse them that disrespect that chill howl and just get blown up by the explosion. I'm excited to see these boys at the highest level.
Well, we will get to watch them right now. It's up now on Hysteria. So we will count it in when Bogul is ready.
Oh, hang on. Let me get the link off you guys. Coming. So your one, Crystal League 5.
Yeah, no sound on mine, unfortunately, because I'm casting at the time.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm ready at 144. And look at the matchup, Shozen. They're versus the Sun team.
Yeah.
They're versus the other Sun team, Bokix,
It makes it a very important match to win.
This is one heck of a match then. Mudhouse main team against the Sun main team that's been with them all season. Like, we'll go in on this one then in 3, 2, 1. And we are a few seconds late, but it looks like the Mudhouse boys with the upper hand early. A 2-cap advantage and what looks like an early kill. The high ground. And now Logic on that carrying cooler. He loves those birdies, and we know he can just cause so much harassment with it. Stratagen, he's running the first queue as well. Slowing down tanks, slowing down frontliners. Bokix is on the bear paws, which we're not seeing as many of right now. Energy Drain comes out. Logic comes in with the root. Gorgo gets frozen in that ice, and he loses like a bar of health from every E. Like, that's the chill howl. I'm surprised more people haven't been trying this, because
they will after this.
Stratagen is making this weapon work. Mudhouse taking a commanding 15-point lead at the start with the high ground, with this sort of slow burner comp. They got loads of space to work with and just a really good damage over time pressure comp. Zelf is on the heavy crossbow, Gorgo on the bow. So an interesting DPS matchup here. Completely different RDPS. It's Curse Frost against bow crossbow. One is explosive, One deals a lot over time. And we'll see how this works out. Ochi goes for the double bop in the back. Hysteria's separated from his boys, actually. Stratagen peeling. Remember, he only has...
Yeah, they're just leaving him
he
behind.
has the blinks. Hysteria should be fine, but really smart gets
really
picked
smart.
apart.
Oh, no.
Lotra Blue, he's going to get stuck in there. Stratagen, he's going to get knocked up. They're going to... Oh, my goodness. They got Stratagen and Solace on the choke. They might even get Hysteria. They shouldn't get Logic, but they get Hysteria as well. And this
quad kill going into the rotation. That is brutal. They're gonna, you know,
interesting because everybody comes out with the 8-3, right?
Right.
But the second set is the important set, right? Because we saw in the first
what do you
game,
have in the backup?
Liet went from 8-3 to 8-1. Your backup sets need to be on par with the first, in my opinion, especially at this level. You know, these guys are all funded by their guilds, but even the biggest guilds wince at giving out 5 times 5 sets of 8-3, you know? Like that's you got to have deep pockets to provide that all the way. Nice play from Hysteria, getting good control. Sun really clumping up in the back line, which gives Logic huge value on his axe. However, he's forced to roll back, and Sun just playing this 3 cap on the 2-second choke. I think Mudhouse have to make the rotation here. Logic's just not going to have enough health. Now that the Judy's gone, they're not going to find any space to push, and Logic might even get picked off.
So much pressure on Logic.
He just gets picked
that's
off.
Too
he
much.
Stayed too long, got driven back, and it was just awkward for them there. They should have rotated a lot earlier. They're going for the rotation now, but Logic is not even up. And this is not where Mudhouse needs to be.
To try for the cap. I mean, this is a good quick play if they can get a nice choke
will play
like
on it, though.
stun, and if they can get a second stun on
Bogul.
Pocket.
Hysteria's looking at Stratagen knows he can't get it, and they just razor cut the choke. Razor cut Thetford onto the choke. It's Gorgo with a Thetford, Bokix with a Thetford. That's a lot of damage at this IP as well. Those Thetfords, the bows, and the thing is, the
Logic already rotated the other direction.
Logic went for the back cap as well, but they already had Zelf down there with the crossbow. Logic's going to start on the back foot here. Lotra gets frozen. He's pretty tanky, though. Bokix, good Pierce combo from Mudhouse, really opening up nicely onto Bokix, but the quick Judy reset and Bokix goes razor cutting in. One of the great things about having mobility E for the axe as well as the Q, which means he can get straight into that action, can't he? He can get right on top of the enemy as soon as his health is stabilized. Gorgo gets crystalled. He's going to come out, pops the resist. Now Logic and Hysteria looking to open things up, but the 3 clothies on the choke. Bokix says thank you very much, hits the razor cut, drives them all back with the energy drain. So much pressure. Solace, Gorgo's bow absolutely opening him up in the back, and they just can't get up this choke, Shozen.
They can't do anything, and they're getting bullied once again from staying too long.
This is the right play. The quick rotation from the Mudhouse team. They need to
do something.
They need to try and grab this cap, but they need to be prepared to not cap it if they're under pressure. Nice from Solace.
They need a double stun on the
looking
choke.
For the pressure. Bokix, he's looking for the roll. He's going to roll into razor cut. Strat's not going to get that. He doesn't even need the razor cut. Poison goes out onto Lotra. Lotra responds with that Judy bubble. Lochi comes in with the heal in, blink out. Now they come. 3-man, 3-man explosion, 3-man razor cut. Huge value from the crossbow. Logic getting 2 here. Ochi now being driven back. Bop up from Lotra. Nice geyser from him. Lotra sidesteps the return geyser. The bubble on the choke has dropped now. Asana just trying to hold on to this 3 cap. They know they don't even have to win the fights here. This isn't a particularly bloody match at the moment, but they just need to prolong these fights long enough. But Bokix may have overstayed his welcome. He's completely out of energy. And now they're going to have trouble because Logic is draining him.
Solus is getting pounded.
Axe players and energy problems are the most iconic duo in Albion Online GVG play.
Yeah, absolutely right now. And these guys are just getting pounded in the choke. Every time they come up, whoever is left in the choke, these guys in red are doing a fantastic job of keeping so much pressure on the Mudhouse team. Sun is just owning the choke play right now.
Nice razor cut, but Lotra's in trouble here. He does have the Judy.
If they can pinch him off,
they're gonna find him. They're gonna find Lotra.
They got him. Brilliant. This is their opening. They need to make good use of this. They need to get a second kill on this and get to the caps quickly. They can't bleed any more 20 ticks. They got 47 points left. They have to play perfectly on this point out. They have to get the control.
Logic's
going to
find
kills,
Gorgo. He gets another kill.
Don't get too greedy.
Bokix is now in trouble.
They got
to find Bokix on the way out unless Ochi can stabilize things.
They don't need to get greedy here. They need to go for caps. If all 5 of them are here not getting caps,
oh my
goodness, they're wasting points.
They're not gonna get caps off of this because Lotra's already up front. They've got their front line. They're only missing their bow, and I think they've misplayed this, Shozen.
Absolutely. As soon as they got that second kill, they needed to just play defense and go to get the caps.
They got two kills and they stayed 3-capped. This is a disaster for them. Ochi now, and they can't now split. They can't split 4-1, which I think they're trying to do. No, they're going to stay as 5. They couldn't split 4-1, otherwise they get run over. And now they're on a 2-minute timer. They should be able to find something here, though, because Bokix is already low on energy. Logic with the drain hits the Raven onto 3. The problem is Mudhouse, this is on their mind now. These caps are on their mind. Good crystal onto Zeph. They're going to look for Gorgo. Gorgo running Frost Shield because he's not against a bow. He's running Frost Shield, which is a really interesting choice on the bow, and I really like it. He has nothing to purge. They're going to find Gorgo. No, Ochi wins denies them with the Judy. The Pierce connects. So surely, beautiful. Surely they can get Gorgo or Lodra. The reset comes down. Bokix is in trouble. Sun are getting rolled over, but Logic needs not to overextend. Gorgo's holding his ground. They're going to find Bokix. Gorgo looks for the trade. They're going to get Gorgo as well. Surely the poison. There's the 2. But it's going to be another 20 points. They have to grab caps now. They've got to, surely the Sun boys go down here. Surely they kill some. Ochi stabilizes. They're going to get 1 cap. They're still going to lose 10 points after this. And the Sun players, I think, are going to start coming back in. They're going to turn it into a 2-cap, I imagine. They're going for the back. They lose 10 on this rotation. They start to claw the lead back against Sun. They're finding the kills now. If they can keep winning these fights like this, the Mudhouse team can come right back into it. The mother of all comebacks. And Zeph is already in trouble. He's already in trouble at the start of the fight. Logic trying to get back. Lotra low on energy as well. Bokix, thanks to his energy drain, has more energy, but now it's a 2-cap in favor of Mudhouse. And the comeback begins. They're on top in these fights as well, but Solis gets caught out on the south. Zelf gives him a drilling with the crossbow, but can't quite finish the job. Bokix wants to get in there. He's driven back by Solis's curse stacks, that Pierce as well. They're looking for Stratagen now. Stratagen, he should have the blink. Oh, it's full combo onto Stratagen. He's going to drop. They need to hold for this timer, though. If they pull back here, if Solis goes down, I think it's all over. They're going to find Solis, and I think they're going to find mid-cap in time. No, they're going for the kill. They're going for the kills here. They're not going to go for the points.
They don't need to at this point.
It's going to be, it's over either way, I guess. Yeah, Logic's going to drop, and the 1 cap will do the job, and this is a big moment. The Sun team taking out the Mudhouse team in level 8 is huge in terms of the season, Shozen.
Season points? Absolutely. That's just a big swing in the favor of Sun right there. And oh my God. That was pivotal. They just couldn't get their footing. The Logic team could never get its footing. It was always on the back foot. The moment that they got the pressure towards the end and they had that opportunity to finally have cap control for the first time, they stayed too long. They overextended, and when the pressure from the Sun team came up, it was too late. They couldn't do anything, and you could see as soon as Sun came up the stairs, it was too late. Logic was too far out of position. You had Hysteria was in the back. You watch that last engagement as Hysteria is chasing the entire time. You don't want your tank in chase mode, and that's what we saw there. And there just wasn't the opportunity for a comeback, as the cap control from the Sun team was just outstanding throughout. They stayed long enough to prevent the caps. Every time you saw like Logic and the boys trying to push for kills instead of getting the caps, you knew it was playing right into their game, and that's where they lost at cap play.
They got 2 kills and didn't take a single cap though. Like they
have to do that.
They stayed 3 capped after getting 2 kills, and it's just you can't do that. You cannot do that. Like you have to be looking to rotate like as quick as possible for those caps, because that 3 cap is so important. Like that's a 3 cap rotation is the same as wiping the enemy team in terms of points, right? So that one extra kill is never worth it. If your goal is to win the game, that 1 kill is never worth it.
There were a couple of times there where they just needed to be greedier for caps. And I saw a couple of rotations where they were so close. What they need to do is get like a double stun and choke, follow it up with a little bit of pressure, keep the Axe player from going into the back and just getting a free shot to interrupt cap. Any kind of interruption at all to give themselves any option for a misplay, any option for a positive play in their direction towards getting that cap and slowing down the bleed. Because when you're on that 20-point rotation, there's a sense of pressure. You can't battle for it. You have to win it. You can't grind it. You have to get it. You have to make a play.
And the rankings have updated, Shozen, if you want to take a look. Off the back of these matches. And it's not pretty.
$44, huh?
44,000 now. That is significant, isn't it? Really?
That's a big change right now, Lewpac. That is these guys, we're looking at these guys kind of walking away with it. You know, they're getting their momentum. They're taking the grind. Well, you guys, I mean, you're a member of Sun. You're part of this. They're taking their steps towards victory.
Yeah,
one day at a time, just grinding each one out. The Ducks are all in a
row right now, aren't they? They're, you know, with the Cargera team. And that was a big moment, though, because obviously if the Logic team comes out on top there, which they definitely could have. Like, they could have walked away with that match. Not only do they then gain those points, that's less points for Sun.
Right.
So that was a huge match there. And it just didn't go their way. And I think, you know, they were winning fights as well. It's, you know, it wasn't like the first match we watched where it was mostly one-sided. They were coming out with kills, they were winning fights, but they just weren't converting it into a defensive hold. I believe we have one more level 8 though. Then
we do.
3 matches.
We do. We've got one from Noob Slayer versus Baby Guega, so it should be a good match.
A banger. So we've got this Menace. Are they all in Menace, this team, or is it a bit of a mixed team? I'm ready to start this one whenever. Out. All right, well, Bogul, do you want to count us in on this one?
I'm ready.
So the final of our 3 level 8 matches, and the Noob Slayer team, Chicken, one of my favorite healers. Although Matchu definitely getting a look in as a favorite healer now. I mean, there's no bad healers at this level. Let's be honest, they're all going to put out those clutch plays. But what it is, it's because of this meta of curses and axes and stuff like that. You know, the healers have got to constantly just keep everybody topped off. People drop low. It's the target prioritization of these guys. Chicken with the early purity, by the way. The Menace boys putting it to the back. So this is a TikTok team now, by the way. We said this yesterday. I swear this team has switched guilds about 3 times this season. We know TikTok are looking for Crystal this season. And then we got this Fear 1-1 Elevate mix team. Aramis Irons, Rawbit, D's Nuttiest, Noob Slayer, Chicken. All players with a proven caliber. And of course, this TikTok team, you know, we've seen them in high-level Crystal. We've seen all these guys in 20v20 as well. We saw them yesterday in the 20 show. These guys are all very experienced players. And you know, everyone that's arrived at level 8, no one gets to level 8 by accident, Shozen. You can sneak about as far as level 6 with a bit of luck, I would say. Yeah, after that, you've got to prove your pedigree to get to the level 8 matches, for sure. Mr. Zen dropping super low. Chicken even goes for you know someone's in jeopardy when the healer goes for an offensive knock-up that has no healing value, right? When he fires out a reset for the only purpose of knocking someone up, you know there's a kill on the board. Rawbit as well. He's running the Impale Pike as well.
And these guys are already getting the caps. I like this. They're already getting the caps. They've, you know, made the choice to already get. Aramis is on center
look
cap.
At their timing.
Robert's going to have timing on this. They just, this is perfect.
Straight into it.
As long as they block on the other side. Are they going to?
They don't need to. They'll still get the 20.
Okay. Yeah, they will. You're right.
And they have this cursed bow. And of course, that pike has got that constant threat. The rooting smash not only keeps you in place for the bow to drill, but the damage is, even in plate with no fury, the damage of rooting smash is not insignificant. Like spears are definitely like, they're not far behind axes right now. Or seriously, like everybody's running axes like the go-to, but spears have a lot of value as well. Spears have massive auto attack damage. They're a massive threat. They've got a lot of utility in the W's as well. A lot of options there. And yeah, that rooting smash, we see it onto Pratorm. Sabota, though, has it under control. Nice play from him. On the Sacred Scepter as well, so not too much CC threat as Noobs there looks to control this choke. Geyser's gonna whiff there, and now Chicken gets locked down the other side. Mr. Zen on top of Chicken, the area of decay on the choke. Noob Slayer, there's the rooting smash again. Ironbreaker rooting smash onto Pratorm. Loads of curse value, but Rawbit's getting drilled here. He's getting sent back, and now we see the baby Gwega team pushing forward. These nuttiest. There's the evasive jump, but Mr. Zen's waiting for him with that axe root. Gwega looks for the knock-up. Chicken's in trouble. Chicken runs to his team. They need a Judy here if they want to stabilize, but it's a stun Raven combo. Nasty, nasty combo on the choke, and the 1-1 team. They are in a lot of trouble here. Chicken might be going down. These nice. It's 4 down. And these are some expensive sets. They might even go for Aramis here. There's the Ironbreaker. There's the Raven. There's the Geyser, the Cleave, and yeah, he's gone.
That's 4 down.
That was brilliant play from the front line there. And you know, we know that Gwega is experienced mechanically from all these corrupteds and stuff like that. But he is really proven his 5v5 abilities. Like this last season, this guy, he doesn't make a mistake when it comes to what to use and when. His cooldown management is lovely and definitely a threat to any team right now. But this is far from over. 126 to 113. Make it 106 on that 20 rotation. Super aggressive area of decay from Agini here. Then coming in, Pratorm going to peel it back. These nuttiest. Early cleanse. I don't think I like that cleanse, Shows, and I think he didn't really need that one.
No, it was very early.
Like, he wasn't in danger. He could save that for the next one, because there's going to be another stun before then. And with the Sacred Scepter on the healer, it's going to go on him or the curse, probably the bow, because it's the big threat. He's also, a big thing to watch for is the Geyser Fiend's Cowl. If he misses the Geyser, then the bow can, of course, roll the Purge, wasting the cooldown and keeping his quiver up. But right now, it's a 3-cap with some aggressive play. Knock up onto Noob Slayer. Noob Slayer can't stick this. Pratorm, he rolls the Purge. And now he has a quiver, and Noob Slayer super overextended. They find Chicken. Noob Slayer's dead to curse. Rawbit pops the resist, but he is going to die because Gwega's not. Oh, they get Aramis. They get Rawbit as well. Holy moly.
Is that back. 2 quads?
8 kills. 8 kills in 2 fights. 2 quad kills, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And that was beautiful, by the way. Like,
that's hard to come back from, Lewpac. Psychologically, that does a lot to your team right there.
Yeah, like, so Noob Slayer went aggressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went aggressive. He had to look for the Purge on the bow. But Pratorm, he drilled Noob Slayer as much as he could. Then he rolled the Purge, but he rolled it forwards towards the enemy team because he knew that when he landed, Noob Slayer would be in trouble and he'd still have his quiver. So he rolled aggressively forwards, which, you know, you wouldn't see many people do. Most people would take the safer option. And he just drilled the tank. And at that point, Chicken went down, which meant Noob Slayer was not getting saved. And it just went downhill from there. Noob Slayer switching up to the BMS. So we'll see if he can do anything with this. Like, he's going to need to be debuffing that bow massively. Or the axe. Like, the problem is with the BMS against the axe curse combos, right?
Right.
You can debuff their damage, but they're still dotting everybody. Baby Gwega deleted, by the way.
But where did he go?
The mixed team, the Noobs there, mixed team just deleted Baby Gwega.
Where did he go? Did he overextend? Did he? I didn't see it. It wasn't on my screen.
I think he didn't purge the bow, and he paid the iron price for it.
So he was overextended while the fight was a little too far in front of him, and one player turned a little bit late, and it was good night.
The BMS offers a lot of zonal control as well. It's a quite hefty slow. But as I said, the problem with the dot comps is when the damage debuff ends, you're still dotted and you're still ticking damage. Like it just doesn't have the value. Against like a crossbow bow backline, I love it. Here, it's more of a control method, but it definitely has an effect on the bow. The problem is Pratorm's running cleanse. Because there was a pole hammer, he's running cleanse, so now he can just cleanse the BMS instead. Mr. Zen, though, what he was doing there, got caught out, got picked off, and all of a sudden, Noob Slayer and the boys are saying, hey, TikTok, you thought you were running away with this one. You rolled us a couple of times. And I imagine Gwega had most of the loot, by the way, from the kills, because he was at the front. He's already died, so he doesn't have the loot anymore. But he drops as well. This is going into a 3, and all of a sudden, we got a banger of a match. An expensive match as well for both sides, but this I can't. This is too close to call right now.
Chicken, give it up. It's not worth it, man.
Oh my goodness, he's got to delete something, but it's probably all 8-3 Shozen. Like, what do you do? I mean, I'd be tempted to go to carry weight at that point, but if you then die, Who knows? These Nuttiest, by the way, nearly taking out Magini from the high ground. Nice play from him. And they're going to push down. I don't know about this push in the open. I think the BMS is best in the choke.
Yeah,
I think he can get, but I think they're going to try and push
they're
second choke here.
Yeah,
oh, they're all on second choke. They are massively clumped on second choke. Luckily, they changed their mind about pushing it. And look at that. The Clothies can't get through it. And Aramis Irons is just raining curse down. Finally, Pratorm returns some fire onto him. Aramis needs to be careful. Pops the Mage Robe. This is going to be an interesting fight because a number of serious cooldowns have been used as we go into this opening. Early Purge. Robert looking for something here. He's not going to be able to find anything early on. The Impaler connects with Pratorm, but Pratorm's getting healed at the back. Down goes the Area of Decay onto the choke. These Nuttiest going to get pierced. It's going to be a pullback for the Noob Slayer boys. They still have the 3 cap looking for the 20. Down goes their Judy. Both Judy's on the choke, and now Rorbit trying to get that drain. The back line not looking great. Chicken goes in with the lead. Pops the Scholars for the energy regen. These Nuttiest, he whiffs the roll and gets purged. And now Baby Gregor and the boys, they can put it on the throttle and they can start pumping that gas, getting up that choke. And it looks like Baby Gregor looking for the juice, but he gets the juice in return, Shozen. It's a poison bow shred combo. And Gregor is forced out of that position. Imagini counters these Nuttiest with the purging shield. Fatal Blade not doing much for Noob Slayer there. Pratorm finding space. Goes on to Aramis. Aramis, oh my goodness. That
Great
damage.
Play by Sabata,
that
but
was
is it going to
huge
matter?
Damage
is it going to matter?
Pratorm.
So many stacks.
He's going to get cursed out. He's going to tick.
So
yes, he's going to tick down. Sabata couldn't save his man. And now Rawbit, full stacks, the Honk Pike, the Mortal Agony onto Sabata. Sabata's gone. And their hopes for the TikTok team, those juicy points disappearing. Mr. Zen, he's going to drop. That's into a 20. And you don't come out here, Shozen. Unless you can catch Noob Slayer overloaded with all the loot.
Do you come out?
You don't come out, nah.
No.
You're on 12 points. They're going to bully you on the 3 cap. You know, at best, you get 1 kill, and they just cheese you for the rest of the game.
We've seen it happen once. We've seen it happen once.
At level 8? Nah.
I think it was a...
I mean, Noob Slayer's thinking that they're not coming out. Genuinely, Noob Slayer's thinking they're not coming out. He's being super greedy with this loot, and now they're going to come out. And now he's like, all right, I guess I got to go carry weight. But they've got 30 seconds to start a cap, and these guys can just play super defensive. They pull up this choke, right? And then if anyone goes for the cap, they pull back. They might just die for a kill. But we know that even if they get that 1 kill,
hey,
the other guys will just cheese it.
We've seen people cheese and then lose.
I don't know. Not at this level.
Like
I mean, they are super low,
low.
They're very low. But Imagini, Robert's trying to honk him. Robert's in big trouble. He gets knocked up. Chicken should get him under control.
Imagini's already going back.
He's going for the cap. Does Noob Slayer see it? He's
going for the cap.
I think he's too late.
Noob Slayer doesn't see it.
I think he's too late. It's going to be so tight. No, he's too late.
He's already started it.
It's 7.5, and I think he started at 7. It's going to be so close, shows, and it's going to be like on the wire.
He got it.
But do they die now? Do they lose somebody because he was off getting that 1 cap? He kept them alive for 1 minute. I'll give it that. But they might just lose on kills here unless they can find Rawbit. The forward pressure, Mr. Zen Noobs there coming in. Baby Gregor's low. Chicken going offensive with that purity. Good Guardian from the back line of TikTok. Noobs there with the swap onto Sabata. Finds the Fatal Blade on Pratorm. Rawbit's looking for the finisher. He's chasing him. There's the Impale. He's stabbing him. They get these Nuttiest. The Rooting Smash. He lost his stacks. The Rooting Smash did nothing. And Pratorm finds Rawbit. Noob Slayer now. They've got to hold this 2 cap. They've got to hold this 2 cap for 10 seconds.
It's coming down to it.
Chicken needs to get his boy healed. Noob Slayer's in big trouble here. Maybe I was wrong,
mid-cap going yet? Is mid-cap going? Mid-cap is going, Lewpac. Mid-cap is going.
How can they find it? Aramis is going to try and beam it. He's going to try and hit the shot.
Got it.
No, it's gone. They got it.
Oh, it's on.
They got it. They got the 2 cap, but they cannot lose a man now.
They have to man up.
Death.
This is it. They are in position. They're in a great position
without a death now.
Hey. We've seen crazier things, but this would be one of the craziest.
I've got to hold my hands up and say I would have said stay 10.
You were going to be in camp. Yeah. You were done. You were giving up the level 8.
Yeah. And these guys said no, and I respect that. And they are, whatever happens now, they were in with a chance the whole way through, and they might even close this out in a miracle 2-pointer. It will be a 2-pointer if they win. Bear that in mind. And they have to play so careful.
Maybe
Oh
Guega's
no,
out of position. No.
Chicken's got him done, but
No,
Sabota
he
finding the
doesn't.
angle. Surely,
This is it.
surely,
No.
Chicken.
No.
Surely
Anything
not,
but
Guega.
this.
Sabota, heal your boy.
Oh,
Yes, Sabota finds the
saved.
heals and he's okay. The curse stacks are getting some value on the front line. Zen's pulling back. Sabota has no big heals right now, though. And honestly,
that's it.
TikToker on the back foot. Guega, he looks for the stun. He tries to control the bow's going to shred him and Guega's going to go down.
Oh, no.
They tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter.
Really matter. Wow.
What a match, though. What a match.
I love those kinds of matches, though. Even though they didn't win, I mean, that was the most exciting match we had.
That was an exciting match, Shozen. There is no two ways. All 3 level 8s were good, honestly.
Yeah, they were all pretty good.
For their own reasons. That was the most competitive one we had, and yeah, what bangers though, all around, and we get to do that twice more. That was the first level 8s of the season, Shozen. There's 2 more rounds of that, and
aren't we lucky?
We now have 3 teams that are halfway to the off-season Crystal Championship, which has been announced. The dates have been set, the prize pool has been set. Now we just need some team shows.
Lewpac, you do know that the way to get into the Crystal League Championship has changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's no longer the teams that win 2 8s or win a level 9.
Okay.
Now it's the top 8 teams, dependent on the number of level 9s, number of level 8s, and number of level 7s
so
you get.
So we always get 8 teams value. Then. Okay.
Yeah. So the 8 best teams going into the end of the season get in.
Well, we've definitely got 3 teams looking strong for a qualification already then.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see what they can put up in the next few weeks. We've got level 7s again next week.
We have 6 teams that are looking strong, as even the losers looked pretty damn good today.
The problem is, though, if you lose all 3 of your level 8s and another team wins one, they probably qualify, don't they?
Yeah.
So I think you've got to put one over the line at least.
You got more teams out there, right now. This is how many we have at the level 8 right now. So it'll be
the Ochi win team, by the way. I think they were telling me they definitely met the Cargera team in 2 of their level 8s, if not all 3 of them. And they were feeling very sad at the end of the season. I was like, I felt because we saw what they could do there against the Logic team. We saw that they were a decent team, but they got Cargera in at least 2 of their level 8s, if not 3 of them. But yeah, the season race is Sun are opening up a lead off the back of these crystals, aren't they? That was.
You look at the season rankings, and Sun's going to be doing well.
It's a 44k lead, and now it's down to those Mage Raiders and Castle teams, isn't it, to pull it back this week? Because we got level 7s. The GVG side gets a bit quiet over the next few weeks. We cap out at level 7 5v5s, and we cap out at level 5 20v20s. And it's not for another 3 weeks before we get the big matches again. But they need to pull that gap back before the next big matches, don't they? And then we have a reset, and we get a reset as well, which means the stored points get paid out. So it's going to be interesting. I believe everybody should stick around because there's more to come right now on the show, isn't there?
Yeah, we're going to be back in just a few minutes with our daily show. We have an interview, so we will have that ready for you in just 15 minutes. And then we got a Hellgate showcase today.
Okay, well, I will let you guys get ready for that. Thank you guys for watching the 5v5 Crystal Show. My name is Lewpac. You'll see me again next Saturday for Crystal League action, or you can catch me on my stream Monday to Friday in the mornings at Server Reset. I will leave you in the capable hands of the AOTV team, who will be back very soon with more, so keep it locked on Albion TV.